See, I think, Brian, you're right that they got it to work, but it didn't last very long. See, Lady in Red, she's a super hottie chick. Yeah, super lady in red, hottie chick. So what I think is Joe or Bernard de la Carney, they either kept up coming up from behind Greg, from underneath the south or above, and the adults actually, if it got it working, the adults did nothing but fight over it and destroy it. And then when the children were born, they just fought over the children too. Or the Hollywood celebrities. I think they fight more over the Hollywood celebrities than anything. But they've been at throws over it the entire time. And that's probably what happened, is every time that Greg tried to set one up here or in Texas, Joe and Bernard de la Carney or Ellery's or whatever, or Riley or the amphibious base man would come and screw it up. So that's probably why he all got the supermassive fry down, because he got sick and tired of setting them up and then Joe and them jacking it up. So that could be very much it. The adults have never really stopped fighting over it. Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Pearly Tiquin, 1, Elton Henderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Amphibious Baseman, Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bafor, Blue Boy Boxes, GPS Special, Robo Rapist, Night Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery's. And so, Joe, Craig and them, and some of those guys might have fried you down, like I said, after they figured out you, Bernard Carney or Harry, Pickett Street, Jamaica Street, were taking kids. Or Joe, you took his kid and tried to turn him into a zombie, as opposed to doing it the right way, just like how you guys are screwing me up now. And so they got pissed when they kept trying to set them up, and you guys kept, like I said, coming in from behind or from above, screwing him over, Joe. Because only idiots want to live in a shit mess. And I would get sick and tired of it too, every time you invest in something and people come from behind and jack it all up with a bunch of inbreeds that just want to have a computer or handheld or a walkie-talkie in their hand. Mr. Copycat Ellery, Bernard, Harry, Joe, Ellery's amphibious base man, experimentator man. So a lot of you might have retained anger from a lot of other fathers in the past, and that's probably where your war came from, fighting over this stuff, huh, Joe and Harry? And so that's all Joe has. Destroy everything that's left, or Harry of the cowboy country and western and the carnies. Football over the Olympics, over the investment to not to stink. To stink or not to stink, that is the question. So maybe some other people came to try to defend Carl McBride and some others, or the McDonalds, or the McCormicks, or some other families that were stuck out here, and they've always had to deal with Joe and the rest of them. All American. So let them have this pilgrimage and profess, Bernard, but the thing is, Bernard, all you do is copycat and lie, and that's why you guys are getting fried down and look like carnies and all messed up, because those of you in control of it are the wrong ones. And I can see why some of those families and those fathers and those parents got pissed off, because every time they brought their kids into it, they get destroyed by the groups of you who wanted to grift it. So whatever. Like I said, some families are a little more inclusive. Not that they're racist, that they just didn't want their stuff jacked with, and they were forced to do it by the Roble Knight. And Joe, oh, you're just cowards. No, you get to see the result of your Jonestown work, Joe, and forcing those families and those kids to do what they didn't want to. Those families got slaughtered because we had to open the door to that stuff. Because you're a coward. No, see what it turned you into? It just allowed those who already wanted to grift and steal everything to do everything more, and now they're riding bikes and stuff. But remember, Brian, you guys were probably right, it worked. But as soon as it got up and going, the All-American and Bernard the Carney and all them went to war over it, and it just turns into one big-ass prison fight. Prison fag. So Bernard and Doug and you got Bernard, you like returning to this point and running torture on me because you know you can get away with it because you're a fucking candy fag. It means you're a pussy. You're not a war hero. You just sit there and run lives, and that's why you give it to the Navy and the military, the FBI, CIA, and NATO, the tech companies, so they can look at the whole thing and, get the bigger portion of people who actually want to do something better and teach them how to do it, how to avoid the stupidity of a fag that just doesn't know how to, Joe and Harry and the robo-rapist night giggling, whispering how to avoid their shit mess. And that's what you get is in your pile, Dave and Perlita, as you steal the inheritance and make up your story. If you want it solved, you guys got to solve it yourselves and do it within your own lives, in your spectrum. Because like I said, you guys can get me guilty plea and shoot me up and put me to sleep, but you'll still have to deal with the problems you created, Bernard de la